I'm in the litho studio and I'm just going to give a short demonstration about how to move a litho stone and how to levigate your stones. So you're going to be removing an image. I'm just going to kind of demonstrate. I'm not going to do everything exactly the way that I normally would, but I just wanted to show you a few different things. This is a hydraulic lift. Over here we do have another a crank lift, and the hydraulic lift has a pedal down here, and you engage it by turning to the right and you disengage by turning it to the left. And when you turn it counterclockwise, and when it's counterclockwise, this will start to go down. I want to keep it up right now though. So what I'm going to do, I guess I'll just show you with this one. I want to get my cart close to, or my lift close to my stone, and I'm just going to lower it. I'll lower it a little bit more than I need to, just so I can show you how this works. I'm going to crank this up. I'm going to get it just slightly beneath where the stone is. And yes, I want to be very careful that it's not, that I don't like bang into the stone or anything, because it's easy to chip a corner. And usually you might want to do this with two people. This is a big stone, so it's kind of hard for me to reach, but I'm going to have this right up against there and reach in and begin to move this over. Come to the other side, begin to move this over. So I can do this by myself, and I just want to be careful. Once it starts to make contact with the lift, I'm going to lift it up a couple more times, and now the lift is supporting the majority of the weight, and so I can keep coming like this. And at this point I could move this out and rotate it. Now I'm not going to move this completely. I could bring it over to the stone, or to the sink, the graining sink, but I don't actually want to move this right now. So I'm going to put this back, and to put it back you would do the same thing. You would get it over here, raise the lift so that it's above the other lip, just above it, start to push the stone, get it to about there, and now I'm going to lower this lift so that it's no longer supporting the stone. And at this point I can move that out of the way. I don't want to leave it hanging over the edge that much. But I do want to leave it with a little bit of a lip so that I can get my lift underneath it. Now this lift only goes up so high. It won't reach up to these higher racks, and it won't reach the lower racks that I have here. This lift is good for the stones in the middle area. If I need to get a stone from the bottom or from the top, I would need to use this lift. And the way this works, it's the same thing, except I have a crank, and I'll put the crank on this lift, and it'll go up, and I can bring it down. I'm gonna leave it, and when I'm done I want to put that back on there. These kind of live in this area. When I'm selecting a stone, I'm gonna want to, obviously I want to think about the size of my image, and we do have some large stones, we have some small stones as well, and we have a bunch of irregular stones. I wish we had a little bit larger selection of small stones to begin with, but we do have a beautiful collection of larger stones. This would be considered a white stone. This would be considered a yellow stone. Here's a yellow stone as well. And a gray stone would be something like this. And you can kind of see, sometimes it's a little hard to tell what they are. Sometimes they can be a little bit pinkish. These are all limestone. They were quarried in Bavaria. And they're actually pretty old stones. We've had these in the collection since the 60s, I think. Now, if typically, you know, for what we're doing, it's not really gonna make a difference if we have a stone that is yellow or gray or white, but the most sought after stones are the gray stones. They are the densest of the stones, which means that you are able to retain the highest quality image of them. So if you're somebody who does a lot of very fine detail, you know, you might want to go with a gray stone like this or this. If you know, even with these light white stones and light yellow stones, you know, you're still going to get a very high quality image from them. It's just, you know, there's a little bit more of a praise for the gray stone. I'm going to come back. We'll do a next part where I'm actually graining the stone, and I'll show you how to grain a larger stone like this, what to look for. I'll show you how to use 2 different styles of levigator, and I'll show you how to grain a stone on stone. So we'll be back.